It's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily untrue.
That doesn't matter of perspective.
I have started the I've started the post.
Go ahead and by the way, before we go, is there any something witty side donations that we didn't catch that we should read?
That's on Izzy.
Coach, you have it on your laptop, Carrie.
I am on my iMac. My laptop is where the DM is. The DM locks the door DMing.
Let me go check. God.
Because you guys got quite a bit of at least bits.
Yeah, boy.
Let's see. I'm not seeing anything in Streamlabs. Let me check bits, I guess. Did Streamlabs check bits?
Should be able to. All the donations should be.
Yeah, they can though.
See, I'm not seeing anything from today.
Okay.
If I click on cheer,
Yeah, cheers are bits.
then I'm seeing stuff come up.
Oh, and then someone just cheered us. Cool.
Yay!
Yeah, looks like we
Hashtag
got
didn't click
some...
dick.
Looks like almost all of them were from Chaos5367, who donated, let's see, 100, 100, and then 255
Holy
and
shit.
50.
What the fuck?
That's a lot of bits, yo.
And we also got 5 from Stoneheart, but heart is spelled Haart.
God.
Stoneheart.
Stoneheart. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing for today. Oh, and Kid Ninja 9 gave 25.
Okay.
Solid.
Cool.
All right. In that case, Deco, tell them where to go for post stream.
Gee.
That's weird. Boogity boo.
People on Deco's thing, you'll be able to hear Deco momentarily. You can only hear us on the speakers. I'm stopping this stream. Bye, everyone. Go over to Summer's Network.
Bye. Bye.
And I'm going to Buddy's game.
Bye.
And I'm going to Eva's game, I guess.
Shit.
That is also fair.
It's twitch.tv/Summoners Network, right? Or is it YouTube?
All right. Guess I'll see you guys next week then. Later.
See ya.
Bye, dude. Have fun.
So Summoners Network, no apostrophes, no anything, just Summoners Network. Gotcha. Just making sure. Anyways, I'm gonna get water. If I come back for post stream, then I'll be back for post stream. Otherwise, Elder Scrolls later.
Oh, shit.
Solid.
Later.
These are stretching sounds. I'm gonna go get water.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, I love all of you. Bye.
Bye. I should actually probably go as well. Yeah, because I gotta get some shit done too. Okay.
I gotta figure out food. I know that much.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Mwah.
Bye.
Okay, now you should only hear me. I don't know why things are really echoey, and I don't know why this thing is being so loud either. for some reason it's taking everybody's audio. So whoever want like if you want to help me with that, that'd be great. I'm gonna try to turn it down a bit. It's not really working out too well. I don't know. But hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Summoner Blue, and we're here for the post stream. Just me, unfortunately here. And well, things went pretty interesting today. Things were pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of the Discord because it's probably a Discord problem, to be perfectly honest. Discord's been messing up with me for a lot lately. I watched Nat19 for the first time in 3 weeks and got to see facehuggers and a prestige chair. Dude, that chair is going to be my next weapon. I'm telling you right now, that thing is going to be used to fight. I am going to destroy everything. I have already proven that I can use shillelagh on chairs. I'm going to use it. It's going to be amazing. This freaking demonic whatever it is going to get shillelagh'd across the face with a folding chair. Or a kitchen chair, whatever kind of chair it is. We need Finn to carpet bomb people. Apparently from what we were talking about, I can't use their bombs for that. We'll have to find him his own bombs for that. But yeah, we'll have to figure out what's going on with that. I'm gonna check my microphone settings really quick because something weird has happened and I don't like it. So let's go ahead and look at the levels on my mic. It's pretty high actually. Let's bring those down to around 70. I think that's probably a lot better. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. I think 70 is probably a good rate for that. The quality's fine. Everything seems to be fine. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. But that should fix things a lot. What? I don't know if you guys actually can hear me or not, but that's fine. Just let me know. Other than that, today's game was very interesting. A little too quiet. All right, let's try to bring it up a little bit then. Let's try to bring it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn it up. How about this? Is this fine? How is this, guys? Is this fine? Is this good? Ding dong sing ding dong ding dong ding dong sing dong ding dong. What's up with you, Emerald? A little more. You guys can turn it up on your end if you're having too much trouble with it. I gotta figure this thing out a little bit. Marcus says it's perfect, so that's fine. For those of you who made it to today's Nat19, it was interesting. We had some very interesting things happen to us in this game. We got to see the face huggers happen. We almost got killed by freaking, we almost got killed by a bunch of freaking hobgoblins. The two probably lowest tier things that we could possibly have ever faced. Not to mention the weird things we fought last time. Like the weird things we fought in the last game have nearly party wiped us. I just don't understand how this is possible. So if you guys weren't here last stream, Stonewalker nearly got her arm cut off by these weird kobold-like things. I don't know exactly what they were. They had claws. They nearly ripped my arm off. Would have sucked. Would have sucked, you know, very, very much so. But this stream, after sending Finn to go scouting, because that's how we use Finn now, since we know we can summon him back again, we went down into this one section of the place that had a bunch of headless skeletons, and Finn's like, nah, nothing's over there, don't worry about it. And then we went over there, and a bunch of face huggers fell on us and covered our heads and started trying to eat our heads off. Kinda sucks. We couldn't get them off very easily. The others tried so hard to pull them off of them and do the things. Ian was able to do his, which is great, and he ran over to me right whenever Stonewalker's like, I'm a fucking direwolf! Turns into a direwolf, starts batting these things away from the friends. It's great. It was wonderful. It ended with Ian starfalling the things and destroying them all, which was very nice. However, it was still scary. It was still pretty scary, especially with the misinformation that our DM gave us about the suffocation. I was really scared whenever he told us it originally, but then it went down. It went down to we'd have like 10 turns. It's like, oh, okay, good, whatever. We're not gonna suffocate at the very least. And we got those really awesome items we ended up getting at the end of the game, which I'll go over in a little bit more detail at the end. But we didn't have time to inspect them that well. We gave Isla the bolts, which turned out to be fire bolts, which is pretty good, and headed off into the next area. You could replace your arm with a wooden stick, then you could shillelagh everything with it if you want. Dude, that is amazing! I could shillelagh people with my wooden arm stub. That would have been awesome. We went into the next area, still a wolf, by the way, National Dog Day. Still a wolf, walking into the next area. A giant fucking boulder comes at us after they kill my Finn. Screw these guys for killing my Finn, by the way. And even though, you know, we all rolled and they got successes and I didn't, we kind of finagled it into Stonewalker, like, use their giant direwolf body to knock the boulder out of the way, while the others, like, got out of the way, and then you heard, Arr! And it hurt a lot. These things beat the shit out of Stonewalker, nearly got me down, nearly killed me, honestly. If I wasn't a direwolf, I would have died. Which sucks. Almost nearly killed Gael too during that fight. These things could do a ton of damage, and there were 4 of them. And with the leader inspiring them all to get like better saving throws, it was a pretty decent fight, even though it was just hobgoblins. But we were able to come forth with some very nice bolt attacks from Isla, with some very nice AoE attacks from Ian. Some very nice slashing and punching from Gael and from Gearfree, and of course the gigantic level 9 lightning bolt at the end from me, which I cannot do again for several days. So that was a very interesting and fun encounter, in my opinion. I really enjoy Logan's DMing because you never know when you're out. Like, Emerald, you're here in the chat. So I hate bringing this up, but you never know when you're out. It could be any game. It could be this game. It could be next game. You never know when you're gone until you're gone. The anime poofed you out of doggy mode. They did. Luckily, they have separate hit points. Whenever I'm changed into another form, there's separate hit dice there. So I really enjoy that. Technically, I could change form when I'm down to like 10 health and have like 40, 50 extra health, which is awesome. If I choose something with just a ton of health, like a bugbear or something. It could be that you die and then come back to life. Who knows, man? Gael, like, here's the thing. If Gael would have died, we would have had to have waited an entire day for him to come back, which could not have been possible. That would have ruined all the rest of our encounters for our side quest, and we can't have that happen. Not to mention, we probably couldn't have taken on the demon in the next room. So we don't want Gael to go down. We really don't want him to go down. He's our only tank. He is the only one that can tank the hits. Other than Gearfree. Gearfree can tank a few hits for us, which is great. I can't tank any. Although when I wild shape, now I can technically be somewhat of a semi-tank. I didn't know they had separate hit dice, which is why I haven't used it that much. But upon taking down the hobgoblins, we made our way to their little camp. We prestiged a chair and shoved it against the door, so whatever this thing is in there can't come out at us. And with a bit of a rest, we learned about all the different things. I resummoned Finn. The Potion of Clarity, honestly, in my opinion, is probably the second best of the things we got, so I'm glad that I got it. We got the 2 potions of Giant Strength, which of course are probably the best thing. But the best weapon there... the best weapon that was there was probably not the charm, not the amulet. They're very good, of course. The amulet, I feel, is actually a little underpowered for what we got. Yeah, your constitution's 19, but it doesn't actually affect your health or anything, so it's not really that big of a deal, unfortunately. And the restoration charm, you can only use it a couple of times. Like, yeah, it's great, but Gael actually has a better heal for himself, so both of those are great things, but I think that they're not very useful on Gael and Isla in particular, which is unfortunate. And Ian with the dagger, which I believe is the strongest of the actual weapons we got from there. I still think the potions of Frost Giant Strength are a little bit better than it. Give a very nice poison debuff and a very nice damage thing. However, let's be honest, he's probably not going to use the dagger because he has his katana. So I don't think that he'll ever even really use that dagger that much. That looks like something that would have been amazing to give to either Eric or Martin, but they're dead. So honestly, I could see these things being really useful for our fallen party members, which makes me think that Crow made these a long time ago, because I would have seen Lorenzo absolutely loving either the amulet or the charm, to be honest. Just the ability to give himself quick heals or quick like defensive bonuses from the 19 endurance would have been great. Eric would have loved the amulet or the charm, because the charm, of course, for the church, but the amulet itself probably would have been really good for him as well. Again, because he was the squishiest one of the entire group. I believe that both Martin and Eric would have loved the dagger. The potions, the giant strength, I would have loved. I believe the clarity potion actually would have been a much better choice for Eric than it would have been for Stonewalker as well. So it makes me feel like these things were made whenever we were still a full party. But you never know. They still might be useful. He dropped the ball on us, though. You guys might not have noticed. He dropped a pretty big ball on us from the you can only attune to 3 different magical items. I didn't actually know that. Why clarity for Eric? Because without it would have stopped him from having any sort of weird negative effects, such as charm, fear, anything like that. And let's be honest, he has really low luck. I'm sorry. If he was a servant, he would be a lancer. I'm playing. He wouldn't be a lancer, but you know what I mean. He has such low luck, so giving him any sort of immunities to those type of effects is very good. But yes, I believe that that's how things would have went. True Master Games, read the title of the video. I think that's the only thing I can really tell you. But yes, I believe that he would have really enjoyed that. Going back to what we were talking about, I still think we can get some use out of them. I still think that we're definitely going to get use out of the items. But we may end up getting rid of some of them more than actually using them, in my opinion. I don't think we're actually going to need them too much. The Potion of Clarity is great for having, but you never know. Emerald, can you give him like a quick link to the Blazing Azure Crows channel? Because I've told people several times on the Discord what this is, and I told people what this is earlier today as well. So, you know, it's just interesting that some people still don't know what we're doing. Smux is on, gotta go. Yeah, head out there, Guido. Head over there. Let me know how things go, dude. Let's see here. Basically, what else? There's some, the implication that we can only have 3 magical items. I actually didn't know that. So, she already has the Staff of the Woodlands and the Wand of Lightning Bolts. So I can only have one more magical item attuned to me. So I need to really pick and choose what that's going to be now. I already have a staff and a wand. I kind of want there to be a that's fine, Emerald, don't worry about it. I kind of want there to be a some sort of a defensive item next if I have to. Some sort of a defensive maybe a new cloak, that might be fun. Some sort of armor, maybe. Because if I can only have 3, I would like the next one to be something to keep me alive. Because the other 2 are fantastic. The other 2 are very, very good. But they're more offensive and utility. I want something defensive next. I want a defensive item if I can only have 3 items attuned to me at one time. So we'll have to see what what the last one's going to be for that. I think both Ian and Isla are also getting really close to their limit for their 3 as well. So I'm trying to think. I think Guy only has 1. I don't know though. Not entirely sure. But with that being said, I'm trying to... What else happened today? I think that's the only things that happened, really. It was a very simple game, but it was a very interesting game. I believe that it's going to be even more interesting when we get to the actual boss fight here. Something tells me this thing is going to last probably at least half the game next game. Unless we get a really good hit on it, which, without me having the Wand of Lightning Bolts, that's not going to be from me. I'm gonna stay in the back. I'm gonna throw out some heals with Finn, like do some touch heals. But other than that, I'm probably just gonna stay in the back with this, unless there's a ley line somewhere. This might be your last stream for a while. Got to go back to school Monday. Oh, that sucks, Dean. But you know, hope you have a good time at school, dude. Trying to see here. What else could there have been? Next time, the only things I can do, I think, I'm gonna be switching up my spells, but the only thing I can do, I think, is we're probably only gonna be fighting one thing. So my energy bolt is gonna actually be underpowered for a 3rd level spell for it. I might grab actual call lightning. That might be something I'm gonna do. Let's see here. I might grab Flame Orb, that might be something pretty good. Some other touch spells for Finn might be great. But yeah, I'm not going to be very good for actually doing damage. I'm probably just going to be a healer next game, which is fine. We need healers. Healers are definitely needed, especially after what we saw today. I still have 2 4th level spell slots, so I can cast my Cure Wounds as 4th levels if I need to. And 3rd levels. I still have 2 3rd level spell slots too. No, 1 3rd level spell slot, I think. We have plenty of 2nd level spell slots. All my 2nd level spells suck ass. But yes, that is going to be interesting enough. Because this game is actually really straightforward, I don't actually feel like there's much of anything else to talk about as far as Nat19 is concerned. And without a lot of people here, I might end the Aftergame a little bit sooner than I usually would. But I still would love to field some questions about the game today and hear some of your guys' like take on what could be something that would happen. But I'm pretty sure most of you went off to the other 2 streams that are going on right now. There is a stream on Latin Fire VA right now, I believe, that is going to be a My Hero Academia RP, which is very interesting. Hawk is a part of that one. If you guys would like to go and check that out, Latin Fire VA on Twitch or YouTube. I don't really know. It's one of those other. It's one or the other. There's also the Schmucks game going on right now, which Ian is a part of. If you guys would like to, Ian, which Izzy is a part of. If you guys would like to go over there on the Schmucks YouTube channel. But can you take one of those head-latching monsters as a pet and throw at enemies? No, because they freak me out. Even if I could, I wouldn't do it. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't want to. You can't make me, and I'm just not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. You can't make me. That's all I can say about that. That's all I can say about that. No. That's all I got. There's no way I'm gonna do that, Levy. Hello, I'm new here. You were in my suggested. How are you? I'm doing good, dude. We're talking about an after game that was going on. We just had a D&D like game happen, and this is the after game stream. We're only going to be going on for another 5 to 10 minutes. Just letting you know. So I'm not doing it. True Master of Games. We're not taking one of those face hugger things as a pet. I already got a pet. And I can become a pet today. Today was the first time, actually, that's something we can talk about. Today was the first time my druid ever used Wild Shape. In the canon of the game, at least. Of course, she has probably used it in her life, but it's the first time I've actually used it in the game, which I feel is crazy. I never wanted to use it because I didn't know how strong it was, but it's pretty strong. I cannot believe, actually, how strong that is. They have separate hit dice, which is amazing. I didn't even know that. And you can keep your items on them and have them wear them, so, like, there's just a dog going around in a cloak. I love it. I absolutely love it. But if you get a facehugger pet, you'll get a Xeno... No! No, J. Rocky! We're not doing it! We're not doing it! We're not doing it in the slightest! What were you playing? We were playing a D&D style like Fate universe game, such as Fate Stay Night or Fate Zero. It was a D&D inspired Fate game. It was very, very nice. It's a very good game. Our DM is very great. We've already lost several members of our party, so it's an adrenaline rush every time we get into this game. And 2 people almost died this game. It was crazy. Marcus, you can't really play one alone, so even if you would, you wouldn't be able to play it. That is true. Should have used it sooner. Yeah, I know. I should have used it sooner. I should have used this a lot sooner. However, before 8th level, which is where I'm at right now, Emerald, I couldn't fly. I couldn't turn into an owl or anything before that. I could only have, and I only had access to one half challenge rating monsters, which actually aren't as good as challenge rating 1 monsters. So yeah, face hugger, pet hugger, no. When do you stream or upload? I usually stream every day. The past couple of weeks I've had some off days because I've been sick. But I usually stream every day around 5 p.m. Eastern. So, no, don't worry about having questions, Mad Titan. Don't even worry about it, man. This is the time for questions. Rip everybody, I know, right? But no, I usually stream around 5 EST. Has Stonewalker ever crushed on someone's beside Gael? Okay. So this is something I haven't really wanted to bring up too much. But in my opinion, Stonewalker has probably at some point in her childhood, at the very least, really looked up to her master to a point where she probably crushed on him pretty hard at some point and probably got rejected. That's one thing that I do feel like is a canon in Stonewalker's story. She was unwanted by the elves because she was pretty much a failed Firbolg, which is a type of creature. She's only a half Firbolg, so she doesn't have as much of a lifespan as the others. And the only elf that took her in, the only one that actually wanted her to do anything was that actually would take care of her was the evil elf Broodhoof, which everybody, he's evil, and people knew it. So like it was crazy that he was the one that took her in. So I would say that in her youth, she probably crushed on him pretty hard. But again, she was probably told by Broodhoof, no. Whether that be because Broodhoof has his own lives, maybe Broodhoof thought of her as a daughter, who knows? But Broodhoof probably very much so shot her down. Maybe he got with his maybe he got with her. Maybe he's gay. Who knows? I mean, he did have a lot of very important male friends around. Broodhoof was a good guy for caring for kids. Atrocities don't matter. Evil guy did something good. Well, he raised her. He's evil aligned, and the best thing about D&D games that I can say, you can be evil aligned and not be an asshole. Some of the greatest characters I've ever seen, you could technically consider lawful evil. So especially lawful evil characters, they can still do good things. They obey their own sense of law and justice. Think Rubicante in Final Fantasy IV. Think Rubicante, the guy, the fire elemental lord. He's obviously an evil guy, but every time you go and fight him, he heals you. You see what I mean? Basically, I do think that is. What is the F thing that Stonewalker is? A Firbolg? It's pronounced a Firbolg, but it's a F-I-R Bolg, like Firbolg, like F-I-R. According to legends, half-breed are frowned upon by elves, viewing themselves as a pure race. That is true. Also, apparently, elves all live in Canada. She was from a northwestern elven tribe. So, and then whenever Broodhoof was with her, she traveled all over northern U.S. and Canada. And eventually, when Broodhoof left her when she was 30, because around 30 is actually the year of around 18 for Firbolgs. That's their age of maturity. So whenever she got to a point where he considered she was at a good age, he left her. This is okay. The Canada thing is crazy, I know, but it makes some sort of sense because of the deities and things of this world. Because we had to add pretty much fantasy races to the real world. We just decided there was a tribe of elves in Canada. It's a bit a mythology nerd if I couldn't tell. It's interesting. But yes, I do believe that she probably crushed on Broodhoof at one point. Eventually, again, Broodhoof is evil. He is an evil aligned character. He knew that he was going to be going to Adelia, and he was not going to bring Stonewalker. Stonewalker is actually lawful good. So, she would not have been down with helping him at all, even though she would have been very good to have, especially with ley line things like that. He knew that she would not have helped him, so that's probably why he left her. I don't exactly know why he left her, but that's probably why he left her. Is there any other questions about Stonewalker or about the game in general that I can answer? I don't know everything about the game, of course. Interesting to me, attack and study others in my town. The Canadian Abenaki people who are also elves now. Yes. Again, so like she one of the things early on that she actually did say during like the first or second stream, whenever a big thing appears, she's like, "This must be Malsumus." It's an in joke, but it's funny as hell. If there's anything else you guys would like to know about the game that I can answer, of course, I'm not the DM, so I don't know everything, but I do know the Fate universe very well. Also, I know D&D decently well. Aliens equals elves now. What are you talking about, dude? They're not aliens. Please tell me those cup sizes. Just kidding. I'd say probably. Let's bring up the face, shall we? Let's do that. Go over to stream stuff. Let's go ahead and let's see here. Where's that face at? Where you at, Stonewalker? I know you're somewhere, girl. I actually don't know where her face claim is. That's interesting. I didn't delete it, did I? We're gonna be getting things made for us eventually. That's gonna be cool. Not in there. Yeah, I can't find it right now. It's probably somewhere on my computer. I just don't know where exactly it is. I'd probably say C. I'd probably say she has C. How did she meet Al Capone? After Broodhoof left her, she went wandering around North America until she eventually ended up in the Northeast, where she had met a young Al Capone, and through some sort of thing that me and Logan haven't completely talked about, she used magic in front of them. She used magic in front of him, either to heal him or to help in some way. And Al Capone, being somebody with unbridled charisma, even at a young age, like enough to get people to follow him and enough to get people to understand his feelings, was able to convince her to be his friend, and she was all for it too. Like, she was all for being his friend. She definitely needed more people to talk to, especially since, again, she had never been able to really have a lot of people to talk to other than Broodhoof. So I would say it was something like that. He definitely like values the fact that he knows somebody that has magic, and will do anything to keep her in his life because he knows that that's going to be useful later in his life. Absolutely is going to be useful. I believe that she's going to be that he's seeing her as more of an asset than anything. So yeah. Was it overwritten by Hot's repeated unknown images? I don't know, man. What does Stonewalker think of the twins? You joke about them as her new babies. She's very protective over the twins, actually. She's very protective over Ian and Elo, or over Ian and Elo, over Ian and Isla. She's as you saw in this game, actually. She likes being in front of them, and again in the other sections, she considers herself a tank, even for them, like the secondary fighter for them. Even though they technically have more health than her, she still wants to be the one to take damage for them. She wants to protect them. They're a lot younger than her, and even though mentally they're around the same age, because again mentally her age, her growing up, coming of age for Fearball is around 30 instead of 18. She really wants to protect them. So yeah. Elven Canadian Native American mobster, best story ever. Yeah, there we go, man. Lorenzo gave his life for those damnable twins. Lol. But yeah, I consider them. I think Stonewalker considers them very, very good friends, and she wants to protect them all. So yeah, that's probably how she thinks of them. And of course, she thinks of Stonewalker as this guy is really nice and really cute and really big and really hot, and it's more of a thing of she enjoys, probably again growing up around Broodhoof. She enjoys the more kind of unbridled and like kind of broad men when it comes to things. And Gael is the biggest and broadest man she has ever seen or met. And it's like, you know, it's hubba hubba. So that's probably what's going through her head when it comes to Gael. That's probably why. And of course, you know, her other friends, she's never gonna forget them. She does feel for them and the fact that they are gone, and it is unfortunate and sad. Rip. Looking over at the time, we have I think we've gone size queen confirmed. I mean, she just likes people that are bigger than her, man. She just likes a taller, broader man, you know? He fits that, and also he's extremely nice, extremely tragic in her opinion, because she feels like she's responsible for making him into a revenant. It's just a whole bunch of things adding together to make him perfect husbando material, and also the fact that she really wants to help him and find a way to not make him so where he doesn't disappear completely after he dies. Or after he's completed his mission. Although she's probably not going to ever find out what to do with that, but who knows. Never forget Bro Renzo, Key Dude, and Trans Body. Never forget. I'll never forget those three. They're very. Who were they again? I'm kidding. I'm playing, of course. I seriously do think that this campaign has kind of hardened Stonewalker's resolve, like kind of really, you know how in Dragon Age you can you can harden Alistar, you can make him to where he's no longer like a happy-go-lucky dude. It's kind of like that with Stonewalker now. It's like, even though she's still kind of happy-go-lucky, but she's more like cynical than she started the game being, and I think it's mostly because people have been dying around her, and she honestly blames herself, especially for the Eric and Martin one. Since he's the one that had to let them go. If she makes it through this campaign, I'm very interested to find out what happens to her. Let's just say that. Hopefully she makes it through the campaign. I just realized today that if Stonewalker goes down, technically the streams would be a lot easier for Logan to do, because everyone else in the party is actually in the same room as it, or in the same house as him. Ugh, that's some pressure right there. That is some pressure right there. Luckily, I do think that he still wants to do the Nat19 with all of us. He wants to do another campaign in between the two campaigns, I believe, at some point. Who knows what we're actually going to do, though. With that being said, though, guys, it's about 40 minutes into the stream. We don't really have anything else to really talk about. Any more questions, I will field them. What D&D class would you play in the Grail War if you can't play Stonewalker? I already know, if I can't play Stonewalker, I already know what I'm going to do. I will say that, but I'm not going to say anything else about it. There's a Discord link from Levy there. If you guys want to talk to me on a more regular basis, head over to the Discord right there. And you know, it'd be pretty interesting. I'm excited for what comes after. I am too, Emerald. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I hope that we actually can immediately go into the second actual campaign instead of having to wait, but we probably won't. I think he wants to do another game. What would you suggest someone to do making a tabletop character? I would say pick something. It doesn't matter what kind of class or race you pick. Nothing is boring. Nothing is completely out of nowhere. I've played a bunch of different classes and a bunch of different characters, and anything can be interesting, especially in 5e. There are feats you can take in 5e that can make even warriors cast spells like a wizard. So every class is honestly very, very nice. You don't even have to subclass. You can still just regular class and still do stuff like that. I would say if you're gonna make your own tabletop character, look into it. Look into the different classes. Look into like a PDF or something if you can find one of the core rulebook. And have fun with it. Just kind of make it out. And if you can ever find a DM that would actually take your character, have fun, dude. That's all I can really say. It really depends. What edition of D&D is your favorite? 3.5. 5e is really catching up to it, though. I love 3.5, but 5e is really catching up to it. There's also a fighter magic archetype before feats. That is true, but I'm just letting you know. Fighter was just kind of a thing there. You can make a berserker that has wizard spells. That's probably a better analogy. Always try to make more balanced characters, and dogs are in dogs are riding. No, dude. No. All right. That's something I can tell people. Unless you really, really want to, don't just make a balanced character. Whenever you play a game with a balanced character, yeah, balanced characters are fun. You know, they're safe. They can do whatever they want to. But you never feel like you're doing something great. You never feel like you're doing the best at something. You never feel like you are doing something. Stonewalker in this game has a 7 in her strength. You know why she has a 7 in her strength? Because I asked to have a 7 in her strength, just so I could have 1 extra point in something else, in her wisdom. I wanted to make someone extraordinary. I wanted to make somebody who had clear weaknesses, but also very clear strengths. I feel like pick something, pick a stat, pick anything you want that character to do, and just go full ham in making it. You want a character that only does mounted combat and actually is really bad at not mounted combat? Do it, dude. You can make that character into something great. You can do whatever you can with that. I try my hardest in any scenario to not make balanced characters, because I want to fail. I want to be able to fail at some things, but I also want to be able to succeed. And whenever I do succeed, I want to succeed greatly. I don't want to just rely on a Nat20 to do something great. I want to rely on getting that crap on a 16 or an 18, you know? You roll great stats in character creation. This works even for a point buy system. If you even have a point buy system, make sure you give yourself a clear weakness and a great strength. Having said that, that's probably my best advice I can give for making characters, and we are going to be heading out. Very soon. So, with that being said, guys, if you have any questions, comments, complaints, or wisecracks, anything I didn't get to in the end of this video, put them down in the comments below. Let me know anything you guys want to know about kind of stuff like that. And if you want to continue this conversation, head over to the Discord that Levy just linked a little bit ago, and you'll find me there more on a regular basis there. You can ask me some different things. You can check out my own DMing game, DARP, the Yu-Gi-Oh! RP that I'm doing. And it'll be pretty interesting. We'll see how things go with this little bit of a conversation. With all that being said, however, I am gonna go. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna kind of chill out, and I might play some Elder Scrolls Online later since I just got it. But until next time, guys. Later days.